Hello, my name is Joe, and welcome to another edition of Joe's Super Fantabulous PC Gaming Channel, where I'm here in Elder Scrolls Online. And this is one of those little mundane little streams where I'm just kind of doing daily things. In Elder Scrolls Online, we have the opportunity to do what are called daily writs. The premise is that the game world was originally united under the banner of the Empire. But now that the throne is vacant, the leaders of the three factions can't agree as to who will succeed the Emperor and take over. And so instead of, discussing their issue together, we're currently in the midst of a civil war. As a result, all the various different factions are putting out crafting writs where they ask crafters throughout their realms to supply their armies with various different supplies, including weapons, armor, food, medicine, what have you. And so anyone who wants to can pluck a daily writ off the board and craft things to support their troops.
Who wouldn't want such a cozy little home?
So I'm here in Rimmon, in northern Elsewhere, land of the Khajiit, being I am a Khajiit. And so I can grab all the daily writs off of here. Now I'm using a add-on called Dulgaban's Lazy Writ Crafter that helps me by plucking all the writs and basically doing all the work for me. Whoops, here, let's get this out of the way. Oh, my inventory is full. Ah, shoot. It's always something. Let's see, do we have things to sell?
Hakoshi is said to be cold and unwelcoming, but this is untrue. The town's carpenters were happy to teach me once I showed them the proper respect.
Okay, well, let's see. Oh, she just happens to have a lot of things that probably need to be stuffed into the bank. This character has been going out collecting various different goodies, so let's call her Banker. The Bankers are a DLC item.
How can I help you?
But they offer you the convenience of being able to access your personal bank wherever you go throughout the game world. Okay, and we have 80 slots available, 75 slots available in my personal bank, so let's go ahead and we'll just stuff all these items in there. It's like, just stuff it all in the bank. I was going around the world the other day and grabbing various different treasures, and so that's why my bags are filled with all types of gear. Oh, ran out of room. Alright, but now I should have plenty of room in order to do my daily writs, because I have to have space in the bag for the items that I'm crafting on the behalf of my faction. I love how she wipes her brow as if she's perspiring. I wouldn't think that Khajiits perspire. I mean, if they're anything like our normal cats. That interface that's covering the screen that pops up is the lazy set crafter, so that if you wanted to create a set of gear and basically just queue it up, it's designed to make that easier. Okay, so now that we have all of the items crafted, we can just turn them in here and get some goodies. Now, the one bad thing about this, if you do it manually, is that, as you can see, many of the rewards include containers filled with items. So this is stuff that you would have to manually pick through every time you turned something in without this add-on. But the add-on understands what type of containers it expects to receive and goes through and empties all the various different items, and that way they can be stuffed into the craft bag. Oh, and it's that time again, time for my daily writing training. You can get one lesson per day in 3 different categories. So, speed, stamina, and capacity. So, I have speed and capacity, so I'm just working on stamina now. Since you can only get one lesson per day, it's basically 180 days in order to max all of these out. So, from the time you start training, 6 months if you're patient. Of course, you can always buy as much writing training as you want from the ground store. Okay, so now that we have all of that in,
Greetings. Let's do some business.
here, I'm going to go ahead and just deposit some of her gold. Whoops. And that way, if I have any characters that need it, they will be able to get that out of the bank. Since it takes about 6 months to max out a character's writing skill, I try to make it a point to go to each character and try to remember to get their writing each day. Emphasis on try. Come on, ESO, whenever you feel like loading. In Elder Scrolls Online, the client is kind of at the mercy of the server. So until the server acknowledges my load request, my client won't load in.
Off we go!
I presume so that it knows what to load in order to choose an instance, because there can be multiple versions of Northern Elsewhere in this case. You know, because they try to cap the population and then put the overflow into another instance. Okay, there we go. So this character is still working on capacity. This add-on that I'm using here is called the Lazy Horse Trainer. Notice that I didn't have to pick anything. I just walk up to the trainer, clicker, and it chooses my training for me. It has a particular preference. It will do speed until that's maxed out, then capacity, then until that's maxed out, and stamina comes in dead last. Personally, that's the same order that I used to train when I was training manually, so I'm very happy to see it do that. Oh, and to earn a little extra gold, might as well do the daily writ crafting on this character as well. I don't remember if I trained her. If not, oh, looks like she only has a few writs available. Oh, she needs to train for consumables. Well, you know what? Let's learn consumables.
There is much more I can teach you. What else do you hope to learn from me?
Well, how about provisioning?
A provisioner condenses the essence of ingredients into food or drink. A true artist balances palate with nutrition. I can share this noble profession, but I can only certify one craft at a time. Understood?
Sure, sure. Make me a provisioner.
Provisioning is a rewarding yet grueling profession. Gruel, you see. I am capable of levity, on occasion. First, you'll need a recipe and some ingredients. Then you shall roast a pig.
This guy kind of reminds me of the Higgins character from the original Magnum PI with Tom Selleck. The actor who portrayed Higgins was actually from Houston, Texas, but his performance was so convincing that he related that one time he received a fan letter from a fan in the United Kingdom who said that he was a credit to the Empire. And he took that as affirmation that, well, he had done a very good job with crafting his character. Okay, so you'll certify me if I roast a pig, huh?
Yes, I hope you don't think it beneath you. As bards learn lyrics before singing them, provisioners must work from recipes. A recipe specifies volume, proportion, and preparation time. Understanding these principles is key.
Very well. Where should I find it?
I keep an old rival's recipe nearby. Go, find and memorize it. Return to me when you have done so.
Okay, and so where else can I find recipes?
Provisioners are quite secretive, but all is fair in brews and stews. Some provisioners hide recipes in old drawers or shelves, thinking themselves clever. Better to memorize the recipe, then others cannot possibly learn your secrets.
Well, is there any way I can just purchase them?
Should coin be of no issue to you, guilds often sell such items in their guild stores. You may also trade with an ally if they have any excess.
Okay. All right, so let's see. Where is it that he has... Ah, it's stuffed over here in the guild hall. And I'm over here, so let's go get it.
Let's ride!
Yeah, the Gars, or Guar, or however you say these things' names, always made me think to myself, if Pac-Man were a living creature, he'd probably be something like this. Either that or an owlet.
Among us, come and give thanks to him.
Never know what you might learn. Oh, and here it is.
Seem to get ahead here.
Roast pig is an easy recipe to learn, but difficult to master.
Oh, I've had a successful hunt. What's my next step? Apparently I have some pork in my inventory.
Now, the moment of truth. Go to a cooking pot with your ingredients and follow the recipe. Return to me with the results, so your worth as a cook may be judged.
I forgot if there's some place to cook in here, or if I have to go back outside. Nope, I guess there's no place to cook here. But we should be able to find some place to cook in the inn, which is not too far away. Oh, I see out in Twitch chat, Yupari says, hello there. Hey, welcome to the stream. Okay, the Sugar Bowl is our resident inn, and typically the inn will have some place to cook. Ah, there we go, and it's marked with an arrow. So I'll just borrow their cooking fire. I'm sure they won't mind. Now, roast one pig. Okay, all done.
How sleek he is, how fragrant.
I must finish this.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and turn this in.
Bring me your culinary creation so I might inspect it. I'll determine whether or not you deserve certification.
Okay, here you go. Eat up and try not to choke on it.
Interesting scent. Do I detect a hint of Wamasu? No, that can't be right. Not how I do it, of course, but interesting enough to pass certification. You may now fulfill provisioning writs. Keep your pots warm and your ladle clean. Your command of the crafts is impressive, but not yet in totality. I am still capable of instructing you.
Okay, how about alchemy?
Alchemists are masters of the elixir. They trap magic in a bottle for later use. But I can only certify you in one discipline at a time. If this is agreeable, we can begin your training.
Okay, go ahead and certify me.
As with master chefs, every alchemist must assemble the right components before crafting a special concoction. Are you so capable? We shall see. I require you to locate a solvent and some reagents. Then you shall craft me a potion.
All right, so I need to create a potion to be certified?
Yes, every alchemical mixture requires a solvent, a pure liquid base, and reagents such as herbs and flowers. Now go, find a solvent and some reagents. Once you have what you need, return to me.
I think I've already got those.
Good. Now go to an alchemy station. Use a solvent and 2 differing reagents to craft a potion. The reagents must possess common traits, or you'll waste all components. You see, alchemy is as simple as pairing like with like.
Okay, well then I guess I'll craft a potion. Let's see. Sip of health. Let's see if I remember how to do this. Natural water. Let's see. Combine, I think. Sip of stamina. Oh, shoot. These are both for stamina? I was thinking I would be able to get away with it. It's been a while. I don't remember. Yeah, I'm just guessing. Oh, perfect. Just check the boxes until something positive happens.
Blend the solvent's purity with the reagent's traits. Return to me when you've crafted a potion.
I have. Here it is.
Your potions have a slight fizz to them, but your skill with admixtures is unquestioned. Far better than my former apprentice. You are now authorized to obtain and fulfill alchemy writs. May your elixirs remain potent and your reagents fresh.
Okay.
Your command of the crafts is impressive, but not yet in totality. I am still capable of instructing you.
Well, let's see. How about enchanting then?
Enchanters harness the possibility of runes, transforming them into the certainty of glyphs. I'll teach you, but I can only focus on one certification at a time. Is this agreeable?
Yes. I want to be an enchanter.
Potency, essence, and aspect. All beneath the stars bear these component concepts. When combined, they form glyphs, which add enchantments to items. First, you'll find these component runes. Then I will have you create a glyph.
Okay, so I need a glyph to be certified?
Absolutely, for such is the essence of enchanting. Runes of potency, essence, and aspect are the fundamental components of glyphs. Collect one of each variety before you return.
Well, you know what? I've already done that.
We begin at the enchanting table. There you will combine a rune of potency, essence, and aspect. This simple puzzle forms a glyph. Now go, piece them together.
Okay. Alright, this is going to be the hard part. See, glyph of health. Unless... Oh, you know what? My add-on will help me. Ta-da! I just click on this and say, hey, make me a glyph of health. It's like, okay. Ta-da! Oh, wait a minute. Did I... Oh, this is the wrong thing. Oh, I'm on extraction. No. Trifling glyph of health. There we go. Had to be on the right one to create rather than to delete. Let's see.
Craft a glyph using a rune of potency, essence, and aspect. Return when you have forged intent into form.
Okay, form accomplished. Here you go.
You should attach it to an item so you can see the enchantment's effects. You are now certified to fulfill enchanting writs. May you unravel the secrets of Nirn. Mastery of 3 crafts is its own reward.
Okay, yeah, great. I see a question out in Twitch chat. Quorum1979 says, is this a new character? Not exactly. This Khajiit's been around the block a little bit. She is a special character who basically goes out and farms for me. So I've never really bothered to have her do crafting before, but I thought, why not? I'll go ahead and get her certified in crafting. Normally, what she does is scrying and excavation. So I've been having her go out and dig up things for me so that I can see about adding Yupari basically showed off all the things. He's like, look at all this stuff I found when digging in the dirt. And I was like, crud, I've been ignoring scrying and excavation, mostly because of the World of Warcraft. Back in the World of Warcraft, when I used to play that game, they had this skill they called archaeology, and it was basically just tediousness that I envisioned as some concoction of an actuary. It was like, oh, we could add hours of gameplay by having people just, wander around all the time. But the ESO version is actually a lot more interesting. So initially when scrying came out, I ignored it because I just was thinking of the old World of Warcraft archaeology skill, and I was like, oh, been there, done that. But Yupari gave me the bug. He showed me around his place, and he's like, wow, look at all these fantabulous things. And I found all of them for free digging in the dirt. And I was like, oh, crud. I have a lot of digging to do. I want to get some of this cool stuff. So that's why you see that she's outfitted with little digging tools, and I wanted her to look appropriate to her purpose in life.
Oh, I hope no one's hurt. This one shudders to think of the damage the beast could do.
Okay, let's see. Oh, that's right. She doesn't know jewel crafting yet. I have to go to Somerset for that. Oh, and I need to go pick up some recipes for her. Okay, well, I have most of the items that I'm looking for. So here, we'll turn
Now
it
the
what we do
Morrowind has
have.
up on you.
Ah, and that was just enough to get me over the hump. So she's now reached level 32. This is a Magicka-focused Templar, but like I said, primarily she's basically just a farmer, going out and scrying for things. One thing I did not initially understand about scrying is that everything that's all the leads that are discovered go into a pool, which are accessible to any character on the account. I thought that they were individual to the character that discovered them, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to develop scrying and max it out on every one of my characters. Oh, this is terrible. So I don't know. After playing World of Warcraft, I guess I was seeing malice where none existed. It's going to take me a while to shake off all that WoW badness. Let's see. Oh, that's right. You know what? The bank is full.
You can be assured that...
Yeah, so there's no room to put anything in the bank anyways. Okay, and we trained her for her daily riding. So, here I can go ahead and switch over to the next character. Yes, I recall that that's you, Zaris, but I wasn't sure if you wanted me to use your name. So I usually just, whichever name you want to present yourself in chat, that's what I go by. But sure, if you prefer. I was just mentioning to LG earlier, I said, hey, when you see a Corum 1979, that's Zaris. This is a character that I'm currently leveling on EU to take into trials, although, as you can see, I haven't gotten around to leveling her very much. I happened to see a video by Hack the Minotaur called The Unkillable Magica Sorcerer, and I thought, wow, I want to be one of those, and then I could finally go to trials and not suck. At least that's the idea. So I thought I would go ahead and create this character, and she is farming her way up simply to go into trials. But I need to make some time to level her a bit more. And the same is true for Very Pretty Kitty here. She is a Stamina Nightblade, and again, Hack the Minotaur had a really nice video where he demonstrated Stamina Nightblade that was a bow build, and it was really impressive, and I thought, wow, I'd like to try that too. My DPS has always been kind of terrible on. I usually get away with just being a healer. Nobody cares as long as no one dies, how well you do. But, tank, a lot of pressure, DPS, people are always like, my meter says you suck! So I'm like, too much pressure, so I just heal. Now, I know that the other character...
Just tired of walking anyway.
Is, unfortunately, she doesn't have any crafting skills, but Very Pretty Kitty, I know, does. So here, we can do the daily crafting with her as well. Oh, I guess she already has them. Why is she not... Oh, she just hasn't turned them in. Well, maybe she can do them twice if she has these crafting writs from a previous day. There's a quirk in ESO where daily quests have a timestamp on them that indicates what day they were supposed to have been done on. And so sometimes you can do the same quest twice in one day if you have that quest from a previous play session and it has a timestamp from a previous day. So when you turn it in, it doesn't count as having completed the quest for that day. So let's see if Very Pretty Kitty gets to do her crafting twice. As a result, what I try to do if I know I'm going to be busy, I always try to at least pick up a daily and log out on a character with it, so that perhaps I could do it twice the next time I log in.
Are going to let me try that, right?
Oh, whoops, the turn-in's over here. I don't know why I'm running over there. I already have her daily writing training. So let's go ahead and turn this in. I'm just curious to see whether or not it presents her the opportunity to do daily writs again. Because she had the quest from a previous day and I just didn't get around to finishing it.
Let's ride!
Centrots are basically Khajiit. So it's a Khajiit writing a Khajiit. And then if you have an Alfiq banker, it's Khajiitception, because they're all considered Khajiit. Yes, there we go. As you can see, the daily writs are available again, because the one she just turned in was from a previous day, so it doesn't count for today. So we can do it twice. Oh, Quorum 1979, or Zaris if you prefer, says, one nice thing about Final Fantasy XIV, no meteor watchers. You know what? That makes it appealing right away. Oh, is my... something is full. Oh, I don't have any style stones. Okay. Well, that I can fix.
I have traveled all of elsewhere to learn the skill of carpentry. You know what works best? Open ears and an open mind.
Well, I have a character in Final Fantasy 14. I just haven't really done much with her. Let's see, style stones. In particular, let's get some moonstones. And we're going to buy multiple. I have to admit, when I first started playing Star Wars The Old Republic, and I saw that there was, at that time, they didn't have any, parsing add-ons and other stuff, I was like, oh, this is great. I was able to just have fun. For me, the measure of success is, did the boss go down? Did everybody stay alive? And none of this, shrieking about, well, this meter says, it's like, every time I would hear someone says, my meter says, at that point I was already checked out because I knew it was going to be a fight and it was usually going to be something stupid. These are the same types of people that typically want to fight about loot before it even drops. That's the
Favorite
other
cure
thing
for
that I
low
really like
spirits.
about ESO is how the loot is individual. So, I mean, granted in some dungeons, oh, now my inventory is full again. You can trade stuff, but you don't have to. Okay, do we have anything that we can sell or get rid of? Museum pieces. Blasted, I only need one item. You know what, there's got to be... Ah, baked potato. I choose you! You know what, and I will eat it. Wow, that's a big potato.
Off we go!
What am I doing? I'm going to my trainer. No, I need to go turn in the stuff. As Zara says, I've been working on leveling all jobs to max level on one character. I've done the same thing. My first character, Hyraxia, on this account is my crafter. So she's the one who makes all the set pieces. These characters just do the daily writ crafting because gold. So she doesn't have any skill to speak of in the various different professions, but you get paid gold based on your level. So the higher the level of the character, the more gold that you get. Daily writs, as you can see, her alchemy is clothing, enchanting, all these things are really low, and the only way that she's actually leveling these professions is by doing the daily writ crafting. That's it. Okay, I'm just letting the interface catch up. I've always wondered whether or not the interface is just taking time to show us these things or if it's actually processing stuff. So I've always hesitant to log out and change characters before it has finished catching up with all the things that the add-on did. It probably is already done and it's just showing it to us, but just to make sure, I prefer to go ahead and do that. As you can see, when I put together my various different characters, I like to pick a theme for them. So this character is the Black Cat. So she has a little black pet, rides a black mount, and wears black clothes, and just black is her color. ESO, honestly. Can't be that busy. So here
You have
she
my word.
has her daily writing
If the
training.
counselor is in Leowin or the surrounding countryside, the Ivory Brigade will find him.
You know, in Elder Scrolls Online, one thing that I like to do is to screenshot characters that have really interesting names, like this one. I'm not going to ask.
Was tired of walking anyway.
So
Would you
this is
care to help a
Blackwood,
friend receive a
which is
blessing?
the current chapter, and it's a pretty convenient
Comrade,
place
a
to
word.
do your daily writs, other than the fact that all these NPCs are pestering me. I haven't leveled up in the Mages or
The
Fighter
guild
yet.
has need
so
of you, comrade.
They're like, please help us. Only you can. It's like, I'm kind of busy. I want gold. Oh, let's see. Zara says classes equal jobs in Final Fantasy XIV. Crafting and gathering are also separate jobs. I guess I'll have to learn about that. I've seen that Final Fantasy XIV has been doing very well of late with a large influx of new players, so it's
Hello,
probably a
spirits.
good opportunity to get started with that MMORPG. I think all I ever did was the tutorial, and I don't think I've even finished that. Yeah, for a long time, my encoding settings probably were not the best. At least YouTube didn't seem to think so. So now that I am able to produce video that I think is good again up to my standards, you know. I've been accused of being a little snobby when it comes to the graphics, but hey, I invested in my computer
The guild
rig,
requests
and
your
I want
help.
it to look good for everybody. Now that I have it to the point where I'm actually happy to show what I see on my screen to others again, everything old is new again. So I'm having fun going around to different titles and seeing all the pretty pixels so that I can share them with people. Okay, so there we go. So that is all of the daily writ stuff for this character. Just letting the interface catch up. Okay. Oh, the old lady gamer says, I don't see any names. Well, the name was on the screen because that character is on my friends list, and so I was kind of pointing to it. I actually do have a collection of screenshots of some rather interesting names of characters. It's just I enjoy seeing what people are able to get away with. I mean, supposedly ZeniMax has their standards for what, you know, you will get in trouble if you have names like this, and then I see like 20 of them, and I'm like, yeah, I know I'm gonna get in lots of trouble.
Problem, Sarah?
Speaking of names that get you in trouble, when I played the World of Warcraft, at one point I had a Tauren druid, and her name was Big Boobs, and I actually made it to, I think, like level 78 before she was
You have
forced
my
to
word.
change her name.
If the councounselor is in Leowin
I
or the
probably
surrounding
spent too much
countryside,
time
the local
the
fair.
Ivory Brigade will find him.
in Orgrimmar, and then people are like, hey, look at that Tauren, I'm so offended. It's like, oh, good grief, it's a video game. They're pixels, you know, get over it, but no, people are always looking to complain. speaking of, if you want to hear stories about character names, and I will admit to this, but
Can you write
I
legible
won't tell
in
you
the
what it
face of
is.
danger?
But
Want to get paid for it?
when I was
Come
younger
speak
and
with me.
There's an
maybe a
urgent
little
task for
ruder, World of Warcraft had come out with the quote-unquote trial system where they would, graciously allow you to play the first 20 levels for free. So that opened up the ability to create trial accounts.
Comrade, a word.
And unfortunately, it was abused right away by farmers, who would, they would spell out the names of gold buying websites and dead bodies and doing other stuff. But one day, a couple of friends of mine and I realized we're like, hey, we can have some fun with these trial accounts too. And so we came up with the idea of making offensive character names. There was some alcohol involved. So basically the trick was is that first you go get a free email account so that you're not using
Favorite
your
cure
own,
for
you
low
don't want to be
spirits.
associated with it, and you create a trial account, and then you try to make the most offensive character name that the system will allow you to get away with. And then whoever got banned the fastest was the winner. I was the winner. I got banned in 15 minutes, but I'm not going to say what the name was. Yeah, we had some creative names, and had a lot of fun. Yeah, I mean, I think mine was an orc. I just made my orc and ran straight to Orgrimmar, and I was banned pretty.
The guild requests your help.
Okay, good. She's got her writing training done. Let me allow her to catch up on the processing. As I know that the add-on is also opening all the different containers that I received as part of the rewards, so I want to make sure those all get opened and put in the right places. Oh, Zara says they streamlined and reworked some of the earliest content, so it's a lot better for new players. So rather than continue with the character that I created, you think I should try one from scratch in order to experience the streamlined content? Oh, by the way, the stream is actually on a 90-second delay, so anytime you hear me say something, it actually happened 90 seconds ago. So if it seems like it takes a little while for me to respond to anything that is a Twitch chat, that would be why. The delay allows me to compensate for problems with my internet service provider. My ISP is notoriously evil and likes to play with my connection on a rather regular basis.
You have my word.
Sometimes they even
If the
just
counselor
randomly
is in
reset
Leowin
my
or the
IP
surrounding
address.
countryside,
I think what it
the
is
Ivory
that
Brigade will find
they have some old system that equates masses of data going through my connection with, oh, he's probably running a server, so we'll change his IP address so people won't be able to find him. That'll make him stop. And I'm like, dude, it's not being requested, it's being sent out as a stream. But I don't know, for whatever reason, their system treats it as if I'm, some server,
Comrade, a word.
Because, if you run a server and you have a dedicated
The guild
IP, they
requests
want
your
more
help.
money. They want to make sure nobody gets anything for free. Of course, there are dynamic DNS services available. dyndns.org comes to mind. So even if you do play the, IP shell game, it's not really going to stop people if they really want to offer up services. All you can do is start blocking some ports. Of course, then you honk off your customers because, yeah, watch, you block off a port and that'll be a port that's critical to Final Fantasy XIV or Elder Scrolls Online or something. Oh, so apparently there are benefits to being a returning player. Well, I'll have to log in and take a look. I can always make a second character. As a free player, how many free characters can you have? Oh, the immovable NPC. That is an Elder
The guild
Scrolls
has
staple.
need of you, comrade.
Go away. These NPCs just nag you and nag you and nag you. Oh, look at this. Someone did us a tremendous favor. Speaking of NPCs that are problematic, this guy is always standing in the way of the turn-ins. I'm really glad somebody knifed him. Maybe I should start doing that as a courtesy to my fellow players whenever I see this guy stab. Now, I have to admit, I'll be kind of lost in Final Fantasy XIV, but I am curious because I keep hearing so much about it. I'm finally getting to the point where I actually seem to know where I'm going in ESO. It did take a while. For the longest time, I would follow my friends through shrines and recall myself to them, and I would be lost. I had no idea where I was in the world and how to get places. There were many aspects of the game it took me a while to kind of get. Now that I finally have, I've been having a lot of fun with ESO. You know, for the longest time, I didn't bother with daily writing training because I didn't understand
You have my word.
how that
If
worked.
the counselor is in
I just
Leowin or the
took it
surrounding
for granted
countryside,
that everybody's
the Ivory Brigade.
mount was always faster than mine, and I didn't realize, oh, I can just go get a lesson every day. And, you know, you had to click through a couple of menus, and then I found the add-on, the lazy writing trainer, and I was like, oh, this is great. I just click on the NPC, and it just happens. And by totally amazing coincidence, the add-on has the same priorities that I do. Speed, capacity, and stamina.
The guild requests your help.
Now, not everybody apparently shares that order of priority, and so people have asked me, like, Joe, is it possible to change the order?
The guild has need of you, comrade.
And I'll be honest, I have no idea. There might be a setting in there for it, but since it goes in the order that I prefer, that I was doing even before I found the add-on, I haven't tried tweaking with it. Okay, Zara says you are restricted to a small number of characters when you're free, and potentially that number is 3 is the number that will never be uttered at Valve. No Half-Life 3, no Portal 3, no Left 4 Dead 3.
There's an urgent
These NPCs are so belligerent. It's like, come do all our work for us. I'm like, I'm kind of busy. I'd like to be able to have an option to
Comrade,
just like
a word.
muzzle them, like away. I will come and find you when the time is right. That time is not today. Let's see, this guy is back. Now, see, if I had joined the Dark Brotherhood, stab him on behalf of other players. Okay, let's let the interface catch up. Yeah, I think we have everything. As Zara says, and the nice thing is that you can play through Heaven's Ward before needing to commit to a sub. Oh, really? So what, is there a hard wall where it's like, okay, you can't progress any further unless you pony up some money? Oh, and if you do want to come back, I think I can share a buddy program link. We even get leveling benefits when playing together, and other things if you sub. Yeah, it's probably like a referral reward. I remember Star Wars The Old Republic has that. You know, I actually still get cartel coins and SWTOR to this very day. Every time I log in there, there's like more cartel coins. Now, here's a character who hasn't gotten started yet. Since Argonians have descriptive names, I thought I would give her a nice one. Eats bad people. From the Argonian perspective, it's not cannibalism if you're not eating Argonians. At least that's the way I like to think of it. Oh, and I still miss the World of Warcraft just a little bit, but I don't miss Blizzard. So in my heart, Leroy Kajinkins is alive and well. So he'll run around and wipe trials and do other bad stuff. I have to admit, Zars, you have me tempted. It would be much more fun to try out Final Fantasy XIV with a friend, rather than going around solo and just wandering around lost all the time. So maybe we could put a Final Fantasy XIV date on the calendar. Of course, it will be subject to your availability, and mine as well, so it'll be a matter of when we could both get online to be able to have fun. Okay, as you can see, poor Leroy Kajinkins still needs a lot of training for speed. Let's see, did I train him for daily grit crafting? Probably not. Oh, that's right. He's too low. I think you have to reach level 10 in order to be able to do daily grits. Okay, so you know what? Here, I'm going to hop out of this account and wake up my other account. So you're going to see a black screen for a moment. Oh, however, looking at the timer, this is probably a good spot to end this here for the benefit of the YouTube crowd. Here, I am just queuing up ESO. There are actually two different clients which are installed on this computer. The Steam client is actually wholly separate and apart from the client that is downloaded directly from ZeniMax. And there are key differences. With the Steam client, you can only run one at a time. Even if you have multiple Steam accounts, well, you can only be authenticated into one. But with ESO, if you have downloaded the one directly from the website, you can run as many of those clients at the same time as you have accounts for. As one test, just as a test, I actually had 10 ESO accounts running simultaneously on the same computer. So. Zara says, yes, it's essentially a referral, and you basically can play for free up to level 60. If you want to do any of the content beyond, you have to sub, but you can try out the job skills all you want. And yeah, school starts back soon. Well, I hope everything will be going well at your school. I see a lot of interesting news where it comes to education and the beer virus right now. The original trial used to be to level 30. Well, you know, up to level 60, I guess you would get a pretty good feel for the game as to whether or not you want to subscribe. Oh, here is my little snazzy camel. I've been having fun buying things in ESO. My characters are blinged out. Okay, good. We're training for capacity, and she still has quite a bit of training to go, but that's why I'm trying to make it a point to log in on a regular basis so that she does get the training. You know, the one part that I'm wondering about Final Fantasy XIV is how difficult will it be to pick up the lore? I've never played any of the Final Fantasy games. Not a single. Speed. This is a fairly new character, so it will take her a while in order to get up to, well, up to speed, so to speak. Oh, the old lady gamer says I have my sound turned up all on everything, and you still sound very low. Well, here, let me check. Everything is cranked up on my end. In fact, as I speak, it's actually maxing out the decibel meter. It could be that maybe I'm losing a little bit of
excitement.
Because I've heard the same complaint from people sometimes on Twitch where they'll say that I sound very quiet, but then I play back the local recording that I'm making and it sounds very loud to me. Oh, darn it, this character doesn't have any gold. You know what? I think I have some gold in the bank so that she can get her riding training. Well, you know what? Well, gee, just as an experiment here, let's see. I will go ahead and crank up the audio just a bit, and you let me know how it sounds. Well, that is when I find it. Oh, here it is. I found the control. All right, so how does that sound?
moment, please.
Okay. Zara says the lore in Final Fantasy XIV is experienced and explained through playing the main sequence questline. That was one of the things that I thought was that detracted from my enjoyment of the World of Warcraft was it was a game of try to figure out what the heck the lore is. Um, when World of Warcraft
Concerned
first
about
launched,
thieves.
I had been playing Warcraft 1, 2, and 3 for years, so I knew the story. So I was able to jump right into it. But other players who tried to join me in the World of Warcraft said, I have no idea what's going on because, they had a lot of, the lore is all broken, or they had situations where, at the end of Miss Pandaria, Garrosh Hellscream is, what is it, jailed, and after being tried, then by the next expansion, he's out. He's gone back in time. He's raised an army. He's threatening the world. And if you want to know what the heck is going on, here's a book to buy. It's like, oh, really? So, all their lore is scattered in, not just books, comics, Hearthstone, all this stuff. It's like, yeah, just try and figure out what the heck is going on here. One of the things that I liked about ESO is that all the lore seems to be included in the game, to where I was able to just play the game and figure out what was going on. So if Final Fantasy XIV is like that, I'm actually looking forward to it. Okay, Old Lady Gamer and Zara's both say that it sounds better. I increased my gain by 1 decibel. That's all I did. Well, I also moved the mic a little closer to my mouth. Okay, I guess I don't have any gold for this character. Yeah, I'm going to have to see about getting her some so that she can train for writing. This is my crafting alt on this account, so let's see whether or not she has anything that she can research. Yupari says, got to go, have fun, and see you later. Okay, well, thanks for stopping by. This is a little add-on that allows me to look and see where I'm at. I do have 1 item that I can learn. Well, 2 if I had something, but I know that I don't. So here, let's see. Go back to the Sugar Bowl Suite. I like being able to travel directly to a house without having to pay gold to go places.
Who wouldn't want such a cozy little home?
So, I recently traveled past Two Moon's temple. I hate to say it, but I think the monks there have gone mad.
What makes you say that?
They said they were chasing butterflies, but I couldn't see any. They were chasing...
Okay, let's see. What was it? Was it blacksmithing? Or actually it might have been, clothing. There we go.
Oh, I hope no one's hurt. Shudders to think of the damage the beast could do.
Okay, let's see. 5 days, 11 days, 2 days. You win. Oh, I hate getting rid of this one. This looks rather nice. You know what? Never mind. I will hold on to that. I would prefer to keep it the way it is. Alright, 5 days. I was trying to choose the least amount of days necessary so that I could turn it around and have it crafting more stuff. This character has a little bit of gold. Okay. Well, at this point, yeah, it's it's been over an hour for the YouTube crowd. So we'll go ahead and we'll end this video here. Join me next time here on Joe Super Fantabulous PC Gaming Channel, where we'll be wandering around and Elder Scrolls Online, and who knows, I might give Final Fantasy XIV a second look in the near future. See you next time.